the E&E sector, we noticed that the revenue has increased substantially, and which part of the electronic segment is growing?
Well, I think almost all sectors of the electronic parts have been growing, but over the last couple of months, especially near to Christmas time, of course, the phone sector has been growing due to product launches, Christmas season, and all that. So that's traditional for us. Towards the middle of the year, that would sort of die down. But to answer your question, the SSD drives, the memory chips, the semiconductor industry, almost all of the sectors in the E&E have been growing for the past year. That's why we said that 8 to 10% growth is what we foresee for that sector, and maybe even more if people start switching to new technology. So we are quite bullish on the E&E sector as well, on the growth prospect.
Great. Okay. There's a question from Dunstan Har, and he asks, is the automation/electronic component tray industry, does it have a high barrier to entry, and how sophisticated is the tech behind the trays?
Sorry, you broke up.
Yeah, I broke up. Sorry.
Can you repeat that?
Yes. It's a question from Dunstan Har, and he asks about the automation and electronic segment tray components. How high is the barrier to entry for this segment? And is the tech behind the tray, how sophisticated is the tech behind the trays?
For E&E and clean room segment, the barrier to entry is high. It is not only the equipment and the cost of the equipment, but also the expertise. For example, to set up a clean room, you need a very high expertise. You need to get ISO certification, and you must also know how to maintain the operations. For our other parts of the E&E, every time that we go into a factory to introduce a product, the factory has to test the product. They have to send it back to their headquarters for approval, and they also at times have to send it to their customer to approve our product. So to get it certified sometimes takes 6 months to a year to get the certification, and also your reputation counts. They will want to see which factory you have supplied to, which other MNC you are supplying to. So for barrier to entry, if the player is new, I would say the barrier to entry is substantial. If they are already operating, it will still take a period of time for them to get all the certification.
Okay, great. That's good to know, Datuk. Thank you very much. Okay, let me see if there are any other questions on this E&E sector.
Yeah, I think there's some question on HDD. Yeah, high demand of hard disk drive.
Yes.
So, Datuk Thor, how does the demand in hard disk drive affect your company's product or services?
Well, we are doing the cleaning for the hard disk drive manufacturers, both in Singapore as well as in Thailand. They have their own logistic chain. So their component suppliers from Malaysia, Singapore, they will send it up to Thailand for cleaning. and then it will be assembled, and then it will be sent to the factory. So it is it is a very promising industry, even though the flash drives are coming up, the STDs and all that. But the traditional hard disks are still being used in the cloud industry, and they have increased the capacity, they have increased the storage. So it is here to stay. It will always be a part of the new E&E demand. So, we see a good potential in that space as well.